Hello everyone, how are you all today? Today it's hello from me and from little Bessie Boo. I haven't seen her for a couple of days, so the minute I turned up she's dived in here for her feed, cheeky little girl. Oh, she's so lovely. So today, wow, I haven't got an ounce of energy. The last 3 days have just been spent backwards and forwards to my great aunt. And we were due to have rain today, but then I looked at the forecast again about an hour ago and it looks like the rain is going to come tomorrow. So I'm going to make hay while the sun shines, as it were. It's not that sunny. It's actually quite warm and sticky as well. But the point is, the one thing I've learned over the last couple of years with trying to grow the majority of my own food is that there are very few times in the year when you can just sit back, relax and have a day off from the garden. So much as I would rather curl up on the sofa with a book or lie down under the onions and have a cuddle with little Miss Bessie here. Can you hear her chewing? She's so cute. Yes, there's no time for that. So today what I'm hoping to do, I'm now trying to remember, prioritising as always. Yes, so first job, get the Savoy cabbages in because they really need to go in, and they're going to go where the white onions were. So in terms of crop rotation, brassicas following alliums is great. Now I'm not going to do anything with the soil, largely because I don't have anything for the soil. I don't have any compost, any chicken manure, I don't have anything. So I'm going to get the cabbages in, hope for the best somewhat, let them get their little roots down a bit, and then I'll start fertilising them probably once a week with my wee. So yeah, get those Savoys in. I'm really stuck now for sort of sticks and hoops and things for cover. So I think I've got a piece of Enviromesh, and I was just looking at the bin at our gate and someone's chucked out some metal hoops. They're a little bit flimsy, but they're better than nothing, so I'm hoping to recycle those today. A little bit of harvesting, just a little bit of everything today, just for sort of meals for the next couple of days. And then I think, now it's a job I'd rather kind of tackle and have a really good long session at it over the course of a day, but A, I'm not getting full days down here at the moment, and B, I'm definitely learning that my body doesn't like a full day anymore. So after about 5 or 6 hours, everything's aching too much, and I have to listen to my body and be sensible. So the other job I'm going to do, hopefully, is to start to clear the end near the compost bins where I want to put that little sort of deck and then build a fence. Because at the moment, my neighbour's bramble has completely crept into my space, and it's actually a good point, a sort of learning point for us all. If you're going to plant something that's a permanent plant or semi-permanent, think about how it's going to spread when it grows, not just above the ground, so I've got that issue with the bramble to cut back, but also with things like raspberries, how they spread underground. So about 3 years ago, my old neighbour Jeff planted a raspberry right on the edge of his plot, right next to the path. And for the last 3 years, it's just coming up and into the end of one of my beds. And it does have a detrimental effect in so much as that end of the bed, whatever I've planted there over the last couple of years, has really struggled. And I think it's partly that the raspberry underneath is taking away so much of the moisture, but also the nutrients. So I'm really chuffed that the new girls next door, Laura the other day was attacking it to remove it. And then what I'll do is, once that bed is empty, my bit of the bed, when it's empty in the spring, I'll have a bit of a dig down and find the last of those roots and hopefully get them out once and for all. Yay! So just bear that in mind if you're going to be planting sort of permanent things like fruit bushes and fruit trees. Don't plant them right on the edge of your plot, because that means they're going to be overhanging either paths or your neighbour's plot, that sort of thing. And with raspberries, I believe, and I don't grow them, but I believe you can get something to put in the ground that's almost like a sort of shield, like a raspberry sucker shield. I don't know, some of you guys may have used that, I haven't. So without further ado, I'm going to get into the garden and get started on these cabbages. So I shall see you down in the garden. Have you finished scoffing yet, Bessie? Look at her, she's so cute. Oh. Are you enjoying that, little girl? We'll get back to it. Right, cabbages. I don't know where this sunshine has suddenly come from, but it's gorgeous. That's what I mean about make hay while the sun shines. Yay! So like I said, I've got nothing to put in the soil. These are so dry because I've been away and not watered, but what I'll do once everything's planted, I'll give them a really, really good soaking. Now, same rule as with the Cabbages, as with the kale I'm going to put in, with the purple sprouting. With your brassicas, they want a really firm base. So once you've got it in and firmed it, and when you think it's really, really firm, firm again. Really, really firm. I mean, you could even come back over the whole bed afterwards and use your heel. Now, if you saw the video when I took the onions out, some people may have been slightly horrified to see me kneeling on the soil. One of the reasons I wasn't worried about that, my body weight helping to firm this soil down. So give it a good firm, then firm again. So these are Savoy cabbages. The variety is January King, I believe. I'm a bit of a lazy label maker. I just stick a label in Savoys. I'm pretty sure they're January King. If they're not, I will let you know. I did them for the first time last year. They didn't get massive, but they were really, really tasty. So firm it. Think you've done enough firming? In we go again. Now, you see a lot of people put collars around their brassicas. Fine. A little word of warning if you do that. My friend Gary puts the collars on, and when I saw him a few days ago, middle of last week, we've been having a lot of rain. Under all his collars in the whole brassica bed, masses of slugs and snails. So if you use the collars, it is worth, particularly in the damp weather, to just have a bit of a check every now and again and get those slugs and snails gone. In you go. Firm, 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 firm. And firm again. In terms of spacing, I'm always short of space on this plot. I mean, it's fine for one, but as I'm trying to completely feed myself, well, pretty much, I do tend to cram things in. So the spacing for these is about 12 inches. All the books, oh, that's a lovely cool breeze. Oh, cool me. All the books will tell you 18 inches to 2 feet. But what I'll do is, as I'm harvesting them, I'll harvest alternate ones, and then the others can carry on growing and use that space. So hopefully, when some of them are little and I want to start using them, I can use them and the others can carry on growing. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in, 20 more to go, and then I've got to work out the problem of how to net them with no hoops and sticks. So I will see you back here in a moment. Then once they're in, Give them all a jolly, jolly good soak. Because even though the ground is quite moist under there, they'll have had a bit of a shock coming out of their pots. Drink up. So the cover is is a bit of an improv job. Oh my goodness, I've got so little left by way of sticks and hoops and things. So this, I don't know, it's part of an old frame of something, but the leg only goes to there. So I've added a bit of a bamboo stick, and then there's a bit of piping. Then that was not doing anything. And then another one the same, that sort of frame thing. And then basically I've just tied a couple of beam poles to the top to hopefully hold it up, because the blinking foxes blooming love jumping on my nets. So it's covered in Enviromesh. You don't actually need anything as fine as Enviromesh for your brassicas. Generally you're netting to stop the butterflies, the cabbage white butterflies, from laying their eggs, because the eggs hatch into caterpillars and caterpillars like to chew on your brassicas. But also pigeons can literally decimate a brassica bed overnight if you don't get them covered. So I'm hoping this will hold. As I say, look, it's a bit Heath Robinson, isn't it? Look at the state of it. But this is a no-spend garden. I don't like spending on seeds. I like to keep my own, and I certainly don't like to spend on nets. So it'll do. It is suddenly getting very dark out here. I'm getting a bit paranoid that we're about to have an absolute dumping of rain. So I thought I'm going to quickly have some carrots away in case I do need to go. So, can we see how they're emerging? Oh, I think I've disturbed that one too much, little tiddler. Wowzers. So, this soil has been great. It was so well sifted. All the stones out. That I'm actually getting some really nice carrots this year. Come on, it's hanging on tenaciously. Oh, buried treasure. Okay, this one's fallen a little, but that'll do me. That'll do me for a little salad. Yum, yum, yum. So these are Autumn King, and actually they will keep growing and keep growing and keep growing, and they'll be perfectly happy to be in the soil for most of the winter. In fact, last year I had my last ones out. Oh, it was just at the beginning of March. I think I need to have one more, don't I? See, that's the problem. I'm going to bring you around. That is the problem with root crops, is they're such fun to go digging for, that once you do one, you want to keep at it. Gorgeous. Absolutely. Oh, I've disturbed this one at the same time, which halved it. Never mind, we'll have those out. And that little tiddler is going to push all that soil back up. Hopefully it'll carry on. Just before I did all of this faffing around under the Enviromesh, the smell of carrot, that will drive the carrot fly crazy. So what I did was I've crushed a bit of a garlic up, one of the ones that wasn't so good, and just give it a bit of a sort of squirt under here, so that hopefully the garlic smell is enough to put off those pesky cabbage flies. Right, what else am I going to harvest? Over to another bed. So I fancy one of the cabbages out. Oh my goodness, it's a tough day to get out. Oh, now that's gorgeous. It's got loads of rose petals on it, but I'll give it a clean up before I take it home and get it ready for my tea. Yum. So that was just a quick little pick today. Not a huge amount. Oh, it weighs a bit. Because I don't have a huge amount of time for cooking today. But it's just a few bits to snack on over the next couple of days. Some salady bits. Oh, walking, talking and carrying harvest. So no ends to my talents. Some of the toms, there are a few which have split just because we're having these days where we're suddenly having masses of rain. Oh, let me put it down. Yeah, masses of rain and then they split. But yeah, it's a nice little selection. Like I say, a few salads for a few days. With the carrots, what I'll do immediately now is twist off their green tops, because although they look very, very pretty and I'm sure you want to take them home, put them on your kitchen counter and show your friends because you'll be so proud, and absolutely quite right, be proud of the food you've grown. But those tops actually start to wick out the moisture in the carrot as soon as the carrot's out of the ground. So you leave the tops on a couple of days, you'll have dry, gnarly carrots. Whoa, I can't wait to get home and start eating. First of all, I'm going to see if I can make some time to start clearing the end where the deck and fence are going to be. Oh, it's turning a bit blustery. Okay, so I was just tackling the brambles and I don't know why, but the camera seemed to die momentarily. But what I was doing and saying is this little area I need to start clearing out. The wood here was completely overgrown with my neighbour's brambles, which I've just started to hack back. Then the wheelbarrow, I'm going to chop them over to our burn pile shortly. They're just too thick and woody for me to compost, and besides, once we've had the fire I can have some of the ash to put on my garden, which would be great. And I just want to reinforce what I was saying earlier about where you plant things, especially if they're a permanent type plant like your fruit bushes and trees like that, is this one. Well, originally this was my boundary. Obviously I've now been asked to put the path here for the committee, but their bramble is planted right on the boundary, so it's bound to grow into my plot. And there were some sort of runners from it that were 15 feet long. That's 15 feet of growth in just a couple of months. It's crazy. So please just be mindful when you're planting brambles and things like that to keep them away from your borders, or if it is right on your border, keep it trained, you know, up a fence or some wire. So in the meantime, I'm going to go and get all this lot over to the burn pile. I shall put my thick gloves back on to handle it. So, onions in my mouth. Okay, almost done. Don't know what happened at the end of cutting down the brambles. I was supposed to have a load of battery left, but it suddenly all went. It keeled over. So, for today, I've done enough. I need to get home, need to do some cooking, yay! More importantly, some eating. So I will see you guys again really soon, I hope. I've got to think what the next job is on the... Oh, it's more brassicas. So I will say cheerio for now, and in the meantime, happy harvesting, happy putting your winter garden in, happy fighting your neighbours' brambles. I'll see you all again really soon, I hope. Take care.